Alrighty, we've got a Weekend Kingdom, which means all the expansions are available. Let's take a look. Trade and Reap are both rather weak events on a good day, and the rest of this kingdom looks quite strong, so I can't imagine that the landscapes are going to be all too relevant. Uh, as for what else we have here, Recruiter, one of the best cards in the game. Bridge, a top tier payload. We got villages, actions, draw, and such. I'm sure the goal is play a bunch of bridges, empty the provinces in one go. As far as the finer details, you got Council Room, Marquee, Swamp Shacks for draw. Spice Merchant and Recruiter look like draw. They're not really because you have to trash a card as well, so you're not actually increasing your hand size. Swamp Shacks and Recruiter are the villages. Recruiter and Spice Merchant are the thinning. Lots of plus buy, Bridge, Council Room, Courtier, Marquee. Yes, I think step 1 is get Recruiter. Step 4 is play a bunch of bridges. Steps 2 and 3 maybe a little bit less clear. I think Swap looks pretty good here, probably. For example, you don't, I think, need too much draw here in total just to find some bridges. So you don't need a bunch of council rooms. But if you only play with the one, maybe you don't find it on top and then you dud. Swap fixes that problem because you can swap whatever you need into a council room, play it, then swap whatever else out into bridge later on in the turn. Just makes your cards line up in the right order. So I think I wouldn't mind having some swaps. That I think also means council room's probably gonna be the draw over marquee just because swap can gain council room. Swap can gain marquee if you play a bridge first. I'm not sure if that'll happen. Yeah, I think that's the gist of it. All right, how to open? I got the 3/4. My first instinct is Caravan Guard plus Bridge. I think the other thing to consider would be Bridge plus Silver. I think Bridge Silver is probably a little bit better at getting to 5, and getting to 5 here is pretty important. The upside of Caravan Guard is it's also quite likely to get you to 5. But Caravan card seems like a much better card to have in the deck on every future turn, because it's also a prime target to be swapped out later into an action card you really care about, whereas Silver is going to be a junk card later on. Caravan Guard is like a poacher if you find it turn 3, because you get the coin by turn 4. Basically doing nothing if you find it turn 4, because you don't get the coin until the next shuffle, and by that point, you'll have missed 5. And I think Silver is ever so slightly better than Poacher at getting to 5 in the first place. So Silver is surely an improvement over Caravan Garden just in terms of raw chances of hitting 5. I think the added value of Caravan Guard is worth the marginal decrease in likelihood of getting to 5. You don't need to hit double 5s here. I'd be totally happy with just like one recruiter and one spice merchant over like 2 recruiters. So I can just hit 5 once, that's fine. Let me check the volume. Okay, that looks good. Bridge. Draw a copper, please. Thank you. Recruiter acquired. I am not a big fan of opening with Spice Merchant directly, even though it's a thinner. And Kingdoms where hitting 5 is important. I would definitely characterize this as one of those. I think Spice Merchant looks like a much better opener when you can pair it with an Estate Trasher directly. Spice Merchant plus Masquerade or Spice Merchant plus Hermit, like that's a good opening. Here, I think if you open with Spice Merchant and start trashing your coppers, it's just a recipe for missing 5 and then getting to Recruiter super late. Alright, I got 4. Now I think I can safely add Spice Merchant because I've already got the E5 cost in my deck. And second recruiter, swap already. Council room also looks reasonable. I could see a case for any of those 3. I'm going to say no to the swap, I think. I'm likely to play my Caravan Guard next turn. It's not in the bottom 2. That means it's going to miss the shuffle, and the swap won't have a very good target for it. So, I'm going to say one more recruiter for the time being. I'll add that council room now, I think. Man, I'm already going to be overdrawing here. And now it's surely time to add a swap. Got a bunch of stuff I wouldn't mind swapping, Caravan Guard in particular. These recruiters are also about to overstay their welcome. And what else? Could add a swamp shack, so I am going to be low on villages. I could just add something expensive to recruit. Courtier could gain gold. Does it make sense to Courtier, reveal Caravan Guard, which is a 3 type, by the way, gain a gold and then recruit the gold? Maybe? That might be getting too fancy. I'm just going to add a second swamp. And then I can make that choice based on what I end up seeing in my hand as to whether my deck can support that. Okay, I think I'm just going to lead with too many options. I'm spoiled for choice. Get another spice merchant. I guess you get to die. I am just going to turn this into a courtier, I think. Take actions, coins, gold. That gold is going to be a great target for feeding to recruiter next turn for the money. And I have no villagers anymore. So I probably want to maximize my chance of not dunning. I was considering just bridge plus marquee, but then I have to either find recruiter or one of my swaps on top, and maybe I'm running a risk of dudding if I do that. So maybe safer would be something like Swamp Shacks plus Marquee. And if I find Swamp Shacks plus Council Room, that also kicks me off. Not super clear. I'll do this. So where is my recruiter? There you are. If I didn't find it, I was gonna have to build my own by swapping into it. You get to be another bridge. And just another bridge. I wonder if I could just swap the marquee into another swap if I'd rather have a swap in my deck than a marquee now. I am pretty dang thin. I think that's fine actually. Let's just do this. Then I can play these and just load up on cheap actions, and with 3 swaps in my deck, I can swap them all into what I actually need. So we'll go Courtier, Council Room, Caravan Guard, Caravan Guard. See what I can accomplish here. You get to become a draw card. Now I gain me a gold. Do I need to play a second Council Room? That might be too much draw. Let's swap you into a bridge. Uh, 2 cards that can do with swapping here. I'll just do Council Room into Courtier. Let's do buy coins gold. I can afford the extra villager here. Get an extra buy out of all this. I'm not going to play the Caravan Guards. I don't think I value the 2 money next turn very much. I do value them both as a courtier target potentially, and more likely as a swap target. Yeah, no win quite yet. So let's not lower the piles. So I don't think I want to touch Swamp Shack's Bridge or Caravan Guard. I'm just going to click on some other cards. And then if the bot lowers bridges, I'll surely have a pile out on something. If the bot doesn't lower bridges, I can swap into bridges next turn, and I'll have a win. Take a province. Yeah, whatever the bot's doing over there, I don't think it hurts the mustard. Marquee first, while my hand size is big. Council room. Council room. Now my deck's basically in hand. Get me a villager. And can do buy actions coins. Now just swap into a bunch of bridges. Actually, bridges are almost empty, aren't they? Plus buy card. Okay. It is bizarre to me that the bot has all of its coppers and estates in the deck. Something has gone wrong here. That's a lot of Swamp Shacks. I mean, Swamp Shack seems like an okay card here. I don't think this is the central card in the kingdom. There is a minor synergy here in that you can get Caravan Guards into play as duration cards, which means your Swamp Shacks are going to start the turn already drawing. Like that's nifty and all, but like that's not the thing you need to do here to win, I don't think. It seems like the bot was angling to play a bunch of bridges, you know, draw your cards, play the bridges. Uh, but rather than stuff your deck full of draw cards, each of which is a little bit unreliable in various ways, I think you're much better off getting a bit thin, and then you don't have to have much draw. These swamp checks are liable to dud, like if you don't have many caravan guards in play. The marquee and the council room only live if you line them up with the swamp shacks. Uh, I think you should just not skip recruiter and spice merchant here, and you'll be in a much better situation.